guys, so Bergenstein here with another of my Ace Tanker video series. This is a series where I take Ace Tanker rounds of World of Tanks that I played on my stream at mlg.tv/Bergenstein, and I break them down so you guys can try and do the same thing. Today's match is interesting. I'm going to be in the 5100 on the map Halluf. Now what's interesting about this is I don't actually play it very well. I get into a situation that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get out of. I have to run away. I miss a lot of shots, but because of the way I play it, I'm actually able to get my mastery badge here. I like showing you guys these because it really shows that even if you start off poorly, even if you make mistakes, if you just play and think ahead, you're going to be able to get rounds like this too. In this match, I'm actually trying something a little different than I normally do. I'm moving up to the B2 cutoff. I'm going to try and get there quickly because I am a fast tank. I see that they don't have a lot of fast tanks on their team, and I'm going to try and get early shots on them. I figure if I can get a track on a tank as he drives past that B2 opening, I'm going to be able to get 2 or 3 more out without being able to take any shots in return, and it's going to get me a lot of free early damage. I may actually be able to put out enough that I get into a reload and I'm ready to put out more. I end up taking the shot on him, and I get a crit. I don't get that damage. So I say, alright, I got spotted, and I get a little greedy here. Instead of backing off, which is absolutely what I should have done, I stay out and hope that somebody else crosses. When they know I'm there, they're going to peek that corner knowing I'm there, and I should have backed a lot earlier here. Sure enough, I'm about to take some damage. Now I get lucky I don't take more. I only got hit by a little T-54 Mod 1 for a couple hundred damage. I do see that tank coming through, and I'm not in a great position to get damage. I take one, and I get a shot out, but I take another shot in return. Way too greedy. In a 5100, you'll hear me say this all day long on my stream. I don't want to trade 1 for 1. I'm not a tank that trades. I'm a tank that goes out, gets my 6 shots out, maybe take 1 in return. What I don't want to do is take 1 shot and give 1 shot. Awful, awful idea in the 5100. I set myself up here and I take the shots that I know are going to pin. That IS-6, even though he has really good word, I'm not sure I'm going to hit him. So I shoot the SU that drives by, and now I've got shots with that IS-6. I get lucky there and I bounce, and I say to myself, okay, I've already been greedy. I got lucky and I bounced a couple shots, which you don't do a lot in the 5100. It's time for me to back off. With only 1 shell left, I'm going to get into an early reload, try and secure my position and figure out what I can do next. One of the keys to playing a successful 5100 is making sure you can get through as many reloads as possible. After I shoot my 5 or 6 shells, that's usually when you're going to see me reload, I have to figure out how can I stay safe for 48 seconds? How can I get myself into a position where I can empty my next magazine, get those 6 shells out, and then get into a third one? Rounds where you can get in that third magazine, you're going to be doing huge damage. Keep in mind when you play a 5100, you do have 1800 damage per mag. Now I make a very difficult decision here. I look at the tanks that we have left alive, I look at what they have, and I say, you know what, if we're going to have any chance here, I'm going to sacrifice my 3 heavy tanks up there, and I'm going to try and get some more damage out from behind them. Had I stayed up there, we had literally no chance of winning. I move back to a position where I think I can get some shots as they advance, and I hope that at least one of those tanks comes out and survives with me. Unfortunately, this is a pub. We're not dealing all the time with players who know what they're doing, and not only do we not retreat any tanks, we actually send our T-28 HTC in to assist. We're going to end up losing all those tanks, and my only hope is that I can get some damage out as those guys come, like I said earlier. Looking at the numbers, I'm thinking it's probably not likely. Those are some difficult shots to pen from this distance. IS-6s can have fairly trolly armor, T-32s can be fairly difficult to pen, even the Tiger may end up being a little bit of an issue. What's important for me, though, is I need to be in a position where I'm not going to receive too much damage. I'm already at about 50% HP, and if I let them get many shots in me, I'm in 2-shot range for a lot of these tanks. The other important thing for me to remember right here is I need to remove barrels from the fight. Now when you hear me talk about removing barrels from the fight, what I actually mean is I need to get kills. Every tank I leave alive is another tank that can shoot at me, so it's very important that I actually get a kill. I see that T-54 Mod 1 pull in front, I get the track on him, which is what I was trying to do to the Tiger, and now I'm going to try and finish him. I don't get it, and I'm thinking to myself, this isn't bad. Fortunately, he's about to peek out again. I shoot him again, I get that track, I need to put 1 more shot in him, I hit the rock there, and I should get this kill right here. I take it, and I low roll it 282, leaving him alive. And at the time I'm thinking, man, this is bad. I put out my whole magazine and I didn't get 1 kill. I really should have tried to do something to take a barrel out of the fight, but it's not always possible. I did get good damage, and looking at that, I'm saying to myself, okay, we're down 5-7, we're certainly not out of this yet. I just have to make sure that I get another magazine out as they push, and I might be able to do something stronger here. My T-28 HTC is actually pulling a fairly clutch move here. He's staying alive for a very long time. That's going to let me get through the bulk of my reload. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to push out on that ISU and try and save the HTC. I'm not going to be able to, but he's going to end up picking up that kill. He does end up going down, but several tanks are going to expose themselves. And I'm thinking the same thing that I was last time. I need to get that damage out. I need to make sure that I kill tanks, so I'm going to take what I think is the easiest penetration. Looks like that Tiger, I'm going to have to push out a little bit too far on the T-32. I've got an impossible one-shot range, and I take too much damage there. With 3 shells left and 2 shots left in that Tiger, I need to back up just a little bit, maybe time a shot, maybe run away. I decide, no, I'm going to go on that IS-6. If he shoots a little bit in the back, I take one on him, and I don't get that pen. That's 2 really important, not bounces, but non-pens. I try and take a 4-hit shot on the IS-6. I don't get it. 4 hits are weak on the IS-6. I go for track, just trying to get one more shot out. I get that one, and I run away. Now, I continue running away because I know that they're going to be able to push up that hill and get to me before my reload's up. I don't want that. I want to set up in a position where they have to push all the way up to me, and I'm going to do exactly what I just did, although I want to pen a couple more times the next time they push, but I'm going to do it from farther away. I'm going to make them continue pushing, continue eating 6 shells from my magazines, push, eat 6 shells, push, eat 6 shells, until I've killed them all off. Now I have 3 tanks watching that one line. I'm going to say to myself, okay, with 3 tanks watching the one line, what else can I do? I'm not going to do that much good on my reload. I see that I have a bulldog off in the distance. I hope that he gets a spot. I'm going to position myself with one line where I know they're coming, but as soon as that bulldog gets the spot, I need to be ready to go help him. He ends up getting 2 spots. He sees a T-34 and an IS-2. I look down, my safest shot is on that IS-2. I'm going to take one on him, hopefully get that penetration. I don't get a track. Reload, I'm going to take another shot, and I knock him out the fight. Now, because I'm spotted, I know that that Hellcat could shoot me from across the valley. I don't want to give myself a position away where he can get that hit on me, so I immediately fall back behind the rock, take some hard cover, and now I'm going to look for that T-34. I peek out, we lose the spot, and I am a little worried about being exposed here. He gets behind some terrain. I realize I'm probably not going to be able to get that shot. I do want to try just a little bit longer, and when the Bulldog goes down, I look who killed him. The T-54 Mod 1 killed the Bulldog. That means that he's repositioned off of the 2 line. I don't feel comfortable here anymore, but I figure the T-32 and Tiger 2 are probably going to be pushing soon. Now that I just have the Nashorn and the other tank watching that, I'm going to push up, and I'm going to try and get shots in the Tiger T-32 or T-54 Mod 1 if he decides to push, but I don't think he's going to be coming from that direction. What you guys are about to see is a situation that I don't really like in my 5100. I'm going to have to play peekaboo with a Tiger. The Tiger's a heavy tank, he's going to bounce more than I am. I need to try and get a shot on that command. I'm going to take one and I'm going to back. After I take my shot, I know that he has the next shot. So I have to wait until he shoots something. I'm hoping he takes a shot on that Nashorn. As soon as he does that, I have control again. I push out, I wait for him to peek, I try and take another shot, and it doesn't go in again. I get spotted, I have to back. I can't stay out there and wait to get a second shot because he's going to get that on me. I see him pushing, looking at the Nashorn, I try and take a really quick peek. I don't even aim it, I just shoot, then I back. 1 shell left, and I really need to get this into the Tiger. He's possibly killable by 1 shell, probably going to take 2. It's going to be an almost perfect roll to get that kill, and I just need him to push up a little bit to get into the Nashorn. I don't want him to know that I'm here. I want him to feel safe. I want him to feel aggressive. He kills the Nashorn, and for some reason, he peeks up a little bit more. I take that shot, I look for it, and I don't get it again. So I didn't get any damage on that Tiger. Every shot I took, however, was safe. I had to make sure that I didn't take any damage because I need the possibility of surviving at least 1 more shot. After I'm in my reload, I have to say to myself, alright, what can I possibly do to survive? I need to spot that Tiger if he comes in around me. I need to get shots where I can't get shots on him, but I need to be in a position where once I get my reload, I have the shots. I assume that he's going to either push around in that little slit that you see me looking towards or around behind me. I'm in a position right here where if he pushes through that slit, I can back up. If he pushes around me, I can go forward. The fact that I don't see him here means that I'm pretty positive he's pushing around. I see the T-54 Mod 1, he's got 2 tanks left. Now I'm going to push behind the Tiger with shots. I get that first one out, I try and track him, get that shot, I back up, he's going to get 1 and then he ends up going down. I get that shot before he gets it off of me, and that was a little bit risky. Now it's just the T-54 Mod 1, he's got almost no HP. I know he can't one-shot me, so I push in and end up getting destroyed. Now you guys asked for it, and on the rounds where I have it, I'm going to show you the screenshots. I end up picking that mastery off 2,000 experience. Really wasn't actually a great round. You see, I did do 3,800 damage. I wasn't even top in the game. The reason for that, 26 shots, I hit 21 of them, only penned 15. Now that penetration ratio is actually very low. A lot of those shots were taken on the Tiger, really not great percentages of penetrating, but that should be higher. And the point of this video is to show, as long as you think ahead, as long as you position yourself correctly, even if you miss some shots, even if you don't play optimally, you can still have big games. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget, follow me on mlg.tv/LloydBergenstein. Follow and like my YouTube videos. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning when I stream.